How's it going, everybody, and welcome to another League of Legends Champion Ability Guide video. Today we are going over Jhin the Virtuoso. Before we get started, just a friendly reminder that you can subscribe to the channel to see all of the new League of Legends content as soon as it comes out, including more champion guides like this one. It's free, and you can choose to unsubscribe later if you want. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about Jhin. Let's start with an important note about Jhin before we get into his abilities. Jhin cannot improve his basic attack speed in any other way except through increasing his champion level. This could be because he would be insanely overpowered if allowed to fire rapidly, as we will see when getting to his abilities. This is why players normally go Boots of Swiftness instead of something like Berserker's Greaves. The movement speed is more beneficial to Jhin because bonus attack speed is only useful for his abilities that scale based on it. Alright, now we can talk about his passive, which is Whisper. Jhin's basic attacks will consume 4 rounds. After the 4th, or if he has not attacked or been affected by crowd control in the last 10 seconds, Jhin will reload for 2.5 seconds. The final round will critically strike the target and deal bonus physical damage based on the target's missing health. This also applies to turrets, inhibitors, and the enemy nexus, but the bonus damage is reduced for the structures. This passive also grants Jhin bonus attack damage based on champion level, bonus attack speed, and critical strike chance. The final part of this complicated passive is that critical strikes give Jhin bonus movement speed. This is one of those abilities that I highly recommend checking out on the League of Legends wiki in order to understand it better. Explaining it in a video form could be a whole other video by itself. Jhin's Q ability is Dancing Grenade, where Jhin fires a canister at a target that deals physical damage and will bounce up to 3 times to nearby enemies. If the target the canister bounced from dies shortly after the bounce, the base damage done will be increased. It is also important to note that this ability scales off of both ability power and attack damage. Jhin's W ability is Deadly Flourish, where if an enemy crosses over a Lotus Trap, his E ability, or is damaged by him or an allied champion, they become marked for 4 seconds. When activating this ability, a shot is fired in a target direction, dealing damage to all enemies until hitting an enemy champion. Non-champions will take 25% reduced damage. If this ability hits a marked champion, they become rooted for a duration, and Jhin is granted the bonus movement speed portion of his passive. Jhin's E ability is called Captive Audience. When activated, Jhin places a Lotus Trap in a target location, which becomes invisible after arming for 1 second, and will grant a small amount of vision for the duration of the trap. If an enemy walks within the trap's radius, it blooms, revealing enemies and slowing them. All enemies within the radius after 2 seconds will take magic damage following the detonation of the trap. Jhin can follow up the activation of a Lotus Trap with Deadly Flourish to root an enemy champion. Jhin's ultimate ability is Curtain Call, where Jhin will channel in a target direction and has the ability to fire 4 long-range shots at his enemies by recasting the ability. The shots deal physical damage, which can be increased based on the missing health of the enemy champion it hits. The shots will also slow and reveal the enemy champion for a duration. The 4th shot is the best one of them all, as it will critically strike, dealing bonus physical damage and end the channel. The channel can be ended at any time by having Jhin move from his channeling location. Jhin is a complex champion to learn at first, but he is very strong in the current meta and if he is played correctly. But that is all for this champion ability guide starring Jhin. If you haven't yet checked out the other champion ability guides on the channel, a playlist will be linked down below so you have easy access to that playlist. I highly recommend checking them out because even if you don't play as that champion, you can understand how they work so you know how to play against them. Also, you might as well hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and the thumbs up button so you don't miss out when the next ability guide is released. That's all from me. This has been Retz, and I'll see you out on the Rift.